Hello, beautiful internet nerds. I don't know if you remember, and you probably will if you're Australian, but a while back there was a bit of a brouhaha over something called bath milk, which was a raw milk product that was intended for bathing or bathing. And it had a bit of a problem because a bunch of hippies drank it and got a little bit sick. And bath milk is, or raw milk is, milk that is unpasteurized. So it hasn't been cooked to have all the bugs taken out of it. So what happened was that a bunch of hippies got together and they made a company or several companies in order to make uh, raw milk products so that other, wholesome mothers could do the best for their children. And they purchased a number. They sold a bunch of stuff. A bunch of people got sick, and the science behind it, or at least the food science that was behind it, was supposed to be that when you pasteurize stuff, you heat it up. And if you have a predominantly protein based food, you can damage or denature some of those proteins, and the quality of that food stuff decreases. And so, milk was supposed to be one of these protein based foodstuffs that if you heated it up, it lost a lot of its goodness. In addition to that, you had a whole bunch of old timey hippies who were like, I lived on a farm and I drank milk out of the cow all the time. It was raw. It was fine. I never had any problems. But the difference between squeezing it out of a teat and into your mouth is a matter of centimeters rather than the several hundreds of kilometers that a truck filled with raw milk sitting in the sun has to travel to take it from the dairy where the raw cows produce it until where you put it into your hippie baby's face. Um, in that period of time, a lot of the bad juju inside the milk, like the bacteria and such, can grow, and so you end up with this potentially lethal, poisonous milk stuff. Anyway, one of the cool things that came out of this was the Australian standards, food safety standards, kind of kicked a bunch of these people in the nuts and said, stop drinking milk for bathing. You're not fooling anyone. Um, Bath milk got cracked down on, and so people can't put themselves at risk under this misguided thought that somehow, milk will be better. And this stuff here, cold pressed milk. Now, cold pressing has been a technology that has been used for food for quite a while in order to pasteurize it without using temperature. Instead, what they do is use high pressure. So you smash a bunch of this food that's generally uh, temperature sensitive with a whole bunch of pressure. All the bugs and bacteria inside go and die, and you're left with a pasteurized product that hasn't been cooked. Because previously, with pasteurization, like I said, you heat it up until it's nearly boiling. It kills all the bugs at about 70 degrees and above, and then you cool it back down again. And so fundamentally, that can change the functionality of some foods that are temperature sensitive. So a company out in New South Wales decided to put together a process for doing cold pressed milk, and then made it unhomogenized and unpasteurized, or at least pasteurized by cold pressing. So I was interested in this, being a chemist and interested in food technology, because some ways it absolutely scares the shit out of me by making shelf-stable pizzas that last a year. And in some ways could be really interesting. So I'm going to try this. I'm no hippie myself, but it's a little cap, little tear open seal. It's very, very creamy. Kind of got that yellowness to it. And, well, it smells like milk. So if you've ever had gold top unhomogenized, so homogenization just means that they've strained it so that all the cream is not floating on the top and is strewn all throughout the milk. But anyway, it's floating on top. Tastes like milk. Tastes like a very creamy milk. You can see all the cream kind of floating around on the top there. It does state that you need to shake it really, really well. All right. Yeah, not bad. Remains to be seen whether I'll catch some sort of disease and die. But otherwise, that's just a high quality milk. So when you go to some specialist delicatessen and they have like gold top fancy $7 a litre milk, it's kind of what it tastes like, really. Kind of tastes a bit like that Coles Organic, just really creamy. Cold pressed milk made by cow. I don't know. I was interested in this from months ago, so I thought I'd give it a go and make a little video about it.